Okay, I think we're live. Let's get started. Got a new microphone, so we're trying that out today. And I might, in addition to playing this game, talk a little bit more at the end about some things I'm working on. I still don't have the mouse set up, so maybe next time we'll bring that. So it's a pretty interesting move off the bat. I'm going to take. I don't see the threat here, so I'm excited to find out what it is. Guess I'm playing a little bit fast and recklessly given how fast and reckless my opponent seems to be playing. Um, Obviously the big threat here is queen to f3 and queen to h5. So I want to be aware of those threats. This particular threat I'm going to ward off with e6. I don't, this is a very unfamiliar plan of attack to me. I'm drawn to knight to f6 to kind of shelter the king a little bit. That feels promising. I also protect the pawn that way. Okay, so he wants to come out with his bishop, which is fine. He's welcome to do that. I think I'll probably take the opportunity to trade this kind of lone pawn here. So now it's imperative that I protect the queen to avoid any kind of nasty exposed kind of check thingies. I can do that in two ways. There are actually kind of a few interesting options here. I'll probably want to So I mean, my first thought was to bring bishop to e7, but I can also protect the queen with knight to knight to d7. I think I'm okay to just sort of slow play this. Maybe I can even sort of do a long castle here. I need to be careful of time. Already down quite a lot. Okay, now let's bring up the knight. Bishop is totally smothered, but we are not trying to. We're up 3 pieces, so let's take our time. Our opponent is 15-10, seems to be strong, so probably lots of nasty things are coming. I'm going to go ahead and develop again. Again, happy to trade. Now he's got to think about what he wants to do with his bishop. King is well defended. Knight is protecting h5, so something to watch out for. I would like to bring my rook out, maybe to f8. Okay, doesn't seem like he's attacking really any particularly vulnerable squares here. So we've got this open d file to watch out for. Let's go ahead and ask the bishop what he wants to do. can potentially really kick the knight all the way back to d1, which could be interesting. That might be a little over aggressive. I think my job is to not lose this game, not screw up. So it's okay to be a little bit tight. I mean, I don't want to be tight, but I want to be risk averse, I think. I'm just debating whether or not, if he does retreat, whether to take and trade down and just mess up his pawn structure, to further attack and bring challenge his knight. I mean, that is a really nice diagonal for his bishop, and just because I kick his knight back to d1, I mean, then he can bring it down e3 and so on, and then end up kind of threatening. So even though it's a long trip for the knight, I don't really think it's that helpful for me to kick his knight. I'd actually rather have it hanging out on the c file. Opponent's taking a lot of time. I wonder if he's kind of stepped away. He might be thinking, but he just hasn't spent a lot of time thinking so far. It is an important kind of moment for him. Meanwhile, I don't quite know what I'm going to do with my bishop, my white squared bishop. And I do want to get my king to safety, which can only happen after I bring the rook out. At this point, I will think maybe my opponent is going to has abandoned the game, which is a shame because I do think this is sort of an interesting moment, but not so interesting that it's warranting as much time as he's taken. Probably d7 is the right square for my light squared bishop, protecting sort of both of the weaker pawns. I think one of the books I read calls that kind of bishop a tall pawn. It's a very weak kind of way to use a bishop, just sort of as a tall pawn, but less weak than it currently is. Nepal? Okay. Oh, and he has done the incredibly odd move. Huh. I just find that very strange. So he's giving me his wow. So I could just take the knight. Probably that's the right move. But I think I'm more inclined to just take this bishop. It's a little bit uncomfortable here, so let's just take the bishop. As I said before, that bishop is just a really good diagonal, and I was already leaning away from doing anything fancy, and I was just going to trade down on bishop. And so, uh, I think we're fine here. If he wants to trade knights, he's certainly welcome to do so. And okay, he's going to take back the pawn now. Oh, he's not. Okay. It's not really clear what the end game is here for him. I mean, he's just continuing to sort of lose material. Now he's down on time. Unfortunately, there's not really much clever for me to do here, but I think we'll just continue to trade pieces. Let's see what he wants to do now. I think I'll go ahead and just defend this pawn. I guess the problem with defending the pawn is I don't know if it's actually sort of defendable. But it's not a bad place for my bishop to be anyway. Oh, so there's kind of a fun move on his part. Can't take the queen. I'm not feeling particularly scared, but I am a little bit worried. Just need to find the right square. And I think that right square is just going to involve boxing in my... Well, I mean, why not put the pawn right in front? It feels just... I'm losing a defender on the knight, but the knight is already defended by both the queen and the king, and he doesn't seem like he's... yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And perhaps we're making a mistake. Next, we're going to move the knight, and then he's going to have to... I guess there's something subtle here, but I'm now forcing him to move his queen when I could have done, if I move the king to safety, I'm also... Yeah, but I would have been blocking the rook, which I really don't want to do. I like my bishop, my light square bishop. Okay, let's say he wants to maybe move his rook to the d file. That's fine. I'll just move the queen maybe to e7. Yeah, so not surprised by that. Really at all. I'd like to go, bother the... One option for me is to just start to cause mayhem with my... What is he threatening anything right now? Okay, I need to hurry. That's what he's really threatening is, as far as I can tell, is time. So let's go on the offensive a little bit. Obviously, it's very concerning that my knight is pinned, but he just doesn't have enough attackers right now to stress me out that much. Obviously, he probably like to get his pawn in there, but I can move my pawn to e5. Also, once he moves his pawn, then my queen can just go ahead and put him in check. once I am able to move my knight, that's going to be good for me. I need to get um, my rooks involved, clearly. I mean, here we can be a little sweet if we so want, which is yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and kind of ignore that threat, have some fun. It's important to have fun. Yeah, so I'd like to do something a little more threatening than just escape with the queen. But I think that's my best move right now. And let's just try to trade down on rooks and then get out of this game. This is one of those games that you kind of just feel a little bit worried the whole time. Now I'm ready to move my knight, but white has other plans. So, yeah, I mean, so he wants to double up on the F file. Yeah, I think the move here is to that's actually not trivial. And I'm running out of time. No, but right, my bishop is protecting F1. So we're fine. Again, we're down on time. So let's maybe kind of focus now and get this done. Low on batteries, low on time. Fortunately, my opponent's a little bit lower on time and certainly worse in position. Maybe he's thinking to himself, do I risk it? But no, I was well prepared for that. Oh, that's interesting. No, no, I don't know actually. What, are we screwed? Oh my goodness, did he? That's incredible. Wow, I got fucking destroyed. Oh my goodness. Well, you just have to tip your cap. So I didn't see that this is checkmate. And you know, I had those Spidey feelings, and then I just sort of leapt at that move because I felt confident. I just didn't play it out fully. And my opponent must be feeling really good about himself. Congratulations to him. There's nothing to be done as far as I can tell. Um, yeah, wow. Okay. So with pain, I'm going to review this game. Great game by my opponent. Wow, and he caught it. Oh, wait, did I blunder there? Yes, I mean, I'm up by considerable margin here. This was a mistake, as I'd worried. That's a mistake because what? I don't really know why g6 is a mistake. Did he want me to move into g8? Yeah, and that was what opened up this just brilliant move on his part. And you know, maybe at this point I had to run away. Wow. What other moves could I have made? I mean, e8, e7, or dg8. D, oh, dg8. Because then after he takes, I go here. Then he's here. Very unpleasant, but still winning for me. Great, instructive game. Disappointing loss. Well-deserved win. And I think you know, time played a big role in this, being down to like 30 seconds, and then feeling like I had anticipated the move and just not going one. I mean, that's a rare. I think that's. I don't want to say that's advanced. Of course, it's sort of a beginner thing to catch, but it's advanced in the sense that I'd sort of anticipated this move, reassured myself that it was fine because bishop takes rook, and just hadn't accounted for the second attack with the rook. And so, you know, should have spent a couple more seconds maybe just playing that out before I clicked through. Instead, I made sort of an instant move, and it was instant death. I am running low on battery, so I'm gonna stop this stream for now, and maybe check in with something a little different next time. Hopefully, the audio is a lot better today. All right.